The 2022 NHL Draft Lottery has just wrapped up, which means it's time for my third annual NHL Draft Lottery reaction video. These are usually pretty short and sweet. I basically just give you guys my thoughts on what happened, which teams moved up, which teams moved down, and just go over the results for those of you who didn't actually watch the lottery itself. Overall, things went about how you would expect, not a ton of surprises, but there was one team that jumped up significantly. I'm sure that fan base is pretty pumped up right now. So let's now take a look at the results. The 16th overall pick went to the Vegas Golden Knights, but Buffalo actually has that pick now because of the Jack Eichel trade, so they now have 2 lottery picks in the 2022 draft. The 15th overall pick went to the Vancouver Canucks, 14 to the Winnipeg Jets, 13 to the New York Islanders, 12 to Columbus, 11 to San Jose, 10 to Anaheim, 9 to Buffalo. The Red Wings land the 8th overall pick. Up until this point, everything stayed on track, went as the odds expected them to go, and as far as me being a Red Wings fan, reacting to them getting the 8th overall pick, I'm completely fine with it. Obviously, there was a part of me that was, a little bit excited to watch the draft lottery because, maybe Detroit could be that team that, jumps up into the top 3, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And for a team that's had as poor of luck in the draft lottery as the Red Wings have had, over the past 5, 6, 7 draft lotteries, I'll take them not moving down a spot, honestly. The 7th overall pick went to the Ottawa Senators, 6 to Chicago, but that pick actually goes to Columbus because of the Seth Jones trade, so along with Buffalo, Columbus will have 2 lottery selections in the upcoming draft. Now, this is where things kind of got shaken up a little bit. Number 5 went to the Philadelphia Flyers, so that meant that the New Jersey Devils moved up and either won the 1st overall pick or the 2nd overall pick. And we'll talk a little bit more about the Devils once we get to where they are drafting. Number 4 went to Seattle, so the top 3 was some combination of Arizona, Montreal, and New Jersey. The 3rd overall pick went to the Coyotes. That's tough there for Coyotes fans, moving down a spot unfortunately, but it is what it is. They're still going to get a great prospect 3rd overall. And then the 2nd overall pick went to the New Jersey Devils, so that obviously means that the 1st overall pick belongs to the Montreal Canadiens. And I believe they said on the broadcast that the Montreal Canadiens are now the first team since Toronto in the 1980s to host the draft in their city and also get the 1st overall pick. And I think Toronto selected Wendell Clark when that happened for them. And good for Montreal, honestly, after the terrible season that they had. They had the highest odds of getting the number 1 overall pick and they got it. And honestly, in my opinion, that's how things should be. But getting back to the Devils for a second, getting the 2nd overall pick is absolutely massive for them. They're most likely going to be selecting Logan Cooley. I'm guessing he's going to be their pick at number 2 unless, Montreal shocks everyone and doesn't take Shane Wright 1st overall. But whoever they select 2nd overall, adding that prospect to a young core of Jack Hughes, Luke Hughes, Ty Smith, you can throw him in there as well, Jesper Bratt, who just had a breakout season, Nico Hischier, Alexander Holtz. So I'm sure Devils fans are pretty pumped about how this draft lottery went, and man, the Devils must have a horseshoe up the rear end because they have some incredible luck when it comes to the draft lottery. But that is pretty much going to wrap up this quick video going over the draft lottery results. I'm sorry I couldn't dive deeper into, which prospect I think certain teams are going to select based off of where they're picking. I'm familiar with the very top prospects for this draft class, the guys that are projected to go 1st, 2nd overall, your Shane Wrights, your Logan Cooleys, and the Slovakian player, I believe he is. I don't even want to try to say his last name because I'll probably butcher it. But aside from that, haven't done a ton of research on the other guys. That usually happens for me after the draft lottery, so now I'm going to start to dig into it a little bit deeper so I can get some mock drafts out for you guys before the draft actually takes place. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated, and also let me know down below in the comment section if your favorite team was involved in the lottery. How do you feel about the selection your favorite team got, and who do you think your team could potentially draft with that pick? If this is your first time checking out the channel and you want more NHL content just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you all soon.